Good afternoon, everybody. How are we on this lovely, warm Friday? Warm, not quite as sunny as the previous days, but lovely and warm nonetheless. Let me know if you're here. We've got Brooke, who is saying hello. Brooke, are you on your own account, or is that someone at home? I'm assuming someone at home, because you should be in the classroom. Good afternoon from Jake Brownell's mum. Thank you for joining us. Miss Pinder in year 1, 2. Good afternoon. Year 6 and Mrs. Frost say good afternoon. Hello to you. Hello to Mrs. Dixon in year 2. Who else have we got? I hope you've had a lovely week, everyone, after a lovely half term as well. The other year 6 class, Mr. Rowland, says hello. Miss Miller, good afternoon from Miss Miller, Mrs. Watson, and afternoon nursery. Good afternoon nursery. Have you had a lovely afternoon? Have you had a lovely day? Let me know if there's something super duper that's happened this week that you've really enjoyed. Mrs. Frost says, I quite like year frost. Depends what it means. Do you mean a year of frost or a year of you? Or because I'm not quite sure about some of those things, Mrs. Frost. Maybe just the words. We like the words. Hello to Melissa. Thanks for joining us as always. Miss Taylor and year 1 and Miss Allen and Mrs. Ford. Good afternoon, Mrs. Brown and the studio. Good afternoon. To the studio, to year 3 and year 4, year 3 and year 4. Some changes. Have you enjoyed them? Are you excited about the small little changes? Year 4, Mrs. Slinger, good afternoon. Right, I'm going to go straight into it. As you know, I always start with remarkable reader. Oh, Miss Pinter says, we loved our PE sessions this afternoon. We were stealing stardust from the aliens. That sounds like some very creative PE. I have to admit, I'm really enjoying Ryan, who is our new sports coach, who was doing some wonderful PE sessions with and for us, and some wonderful CPD at the moment. And it sounds like that is a very, very creative PE session indeed. Stardust being stolen from the aliens. I'll have to find out more about that. So I'm going to start with the remarkable readers of the week. Remember, if you are a remarkable reader, not only do you get a wonderful certificate from your teacher, but you will be getting a trip to the Remarkable Reading Robot to select a remarkable reading book. Why? Well, because reading is the highest of our priorities. Reading is the key to unlocking everything else that we do in learning, or pretty much everything else in learning. And you know what? It is so fun. There's so much that you can do after reading or whilst reading a book, compared to things like watching movies and doing other things. So we want to do as much as we can always with reading. We want to teach it all the time. We want you to access books across the curriculum as much as you can. And of course, we want to celebrate where you young learners are making fantastic progress in reading and also really enjoying it. So, remarkable readers in morning nursery, who are not in school, of course, but might be watching live, could possibly be waiting until later and watching recorded. But we have a young lady who's always showing a love of books and listening really carefully with mum to her home loan books. Isn't that amazing? So, nursery children who are being read to at home by parents, but paying wonderful attention. So, well done to Chanel. Congratulations, Chanel. You are our first remarkable reader this week from AM Nursery, for always showing a love of books and listening really carefully at home. And when you are, actually all the time, especially when you're being read to, no matter what age you are, listening is a really, really key skill. So well done, Chanel. You're first out of the hat. You'll be getting a trip to the robot next week and, of course, a certificate. Afternoon Nursery. Another young lady for sharing her love of stories with her friends. Isn't that lovely? So we've got one young lady in nursery who's been really attentive at home and listening to mum read stories. And we've got another young lady in afternoon nursery who's been sharing stories with her friends. Who is that young lady? Well, I'll tell you. It's Rose. Congratulations, Rose. You are a remarkable reader because you've been sharing your love of stories with your friends. So congratulations, Rose. Just like Chanel, you'll be getting a certificate if you don't already have it, and a trip to the reading robot. Well done to you, Rose, and I'm sure you're dancing around the nursery classroom at the moment, safely, of course, but I bet you got a cheer off your teachers and your friends. In reception, we have a young man who's been showing great enthusiasm enthusiasm, to put my teeth in this afternoon, great enthusiasm and enjoyment in his reading tasks this week. And that young man is Carden. Well done, Carden. You are the reception remarkable reader of the week. Your teachers have recognized your wonderful enthusiasm and enjoyment in your reading tasks this week. And because of that, you'll be getting a certificate and a new book from the Reading Robot. Well done to you. I bet your mum is going to be over the moon that you are the recipient of the Remarkable Reader Award. Well done to you, and well done to Rose and Chanel so far too. We've another young lady, this time in Miss Taylor's class, for fantastic independent segmenting and blending in her reading. So some superphonics by the sounds of it. And that young lady is Ocean. Well done to you, Ocean. You are one of the year one remarkable readers of the week, because your teachers have recognized you being super duper independent in your segmenting and blending when trying to read. So you will be getting yourself a certificate and a new book from the Reading Robot. So will a young lady in Miss Pender's class for being an enthusiastic and hard-working phonics superstar in our daily sessions. And that young lady is Lily. Congratulations to you, Lily. You are the remarkable reader in Miss Pender's class this week. And just like Ocean, Carden, Rose, and Chanel so far, you'll be going to the Reading Robot to get yourself a new book. And of course, a lovely Nopper Tim Remarkable Reader certificate. Well done to you, Lily. In Mrs. Dixon's class, we have a young man who's been working very hard to recognize punctuation in the text, and he's been improving his fluency and expression when reading. Who is that young man, I hear you say? Well, I'll tell you, it's Mr. Robert Reed. Congratulations, Robert. You are Mrs. Dixon's Remarkable Reader of the Week. And just like Lily, Ocean, Carden, Rose, and Chanel so far, you will be getting a trip to the Reading Robot to get yourself a new book, and of course, a wonderful Remarkable Reader certificate. Well done, Robert. Moving on to Mrs. Brown's class. I nearly said Miss Thompson because the initials are left in there. Mrs. Brown's class for being a reading role model, Charlie Jones. Congratulations, Charlie. You are Mrs. Brown's Remarkable Reader this week because you're quite simply a reading role model. So I'm thinking you've been showing children how to access text. You've been sharing information with them, maybe helping them get books, maybe helping them answer some of their very hard reading questions. But overall, you've been a reading role model, and that's why you're a remarkable reader this week. Congratulations. Book and certificate on its way to you, Charlie. Well done. Mrs. Slinger has chosen a young lady who has been putting some remarkable effort into improving her reading, and that young lady is Lexi. Congratulations, Lexi. Just like Charlie in the room next to you, kind of now, you are a remarkable reader this week. A certificate and a trip to the Reading Robot is coming your way. Well done for your remarkable effort that has been put into improving your reading. And in a couple of weeks' time, it'll be that time again when we do some little reading tests and things to find out how much amazing reading progress you've made. I can't wait for that, because there's been some absolutely wonderful reading, teaching and learning going on since we came back in March. Miss Tumulty has made it a family affair. That's right. For inspiring others to love reading as much as he does. Robert Reed, you, just like Gordon, just like Robert, you are a remarkable reader this week, but in year 4, for inspiring others to love reading as much as you do. So very similar to Charlie Jones, being a reading role model within your class. Well done, young man. Certificate coming your way, and of course to your brother as well. And you both get to go to the Reading Robot sometime next week. Maybe this afternoon. There's been some slide visits going on at the end of the day on Friday. For year 5 and 6, not so bad, because they don't finish till 3:30 anyway. Moving on to Mrs. Campbell's class, phase 3. For consistently working hard during reading lessons and producing more detailed responses to questions, both orally and written, the remarkable reader is Firdaus. Congratulations, Firdaus, Mrs. Campbell and Mrs. Dowie have recognised your wonderfully hard work, your more detailed responses to questions that are written and orally, and because of that, you'll be going to the Reading Robot and getting yourself a new book, and of course, your wonderful, remarkable reader certificate. Well done to you, Firdaus. There's a young lady in Mrs. Frost's class as well, this time for working hard on her understanding of text, especially in the English language, I would assume, because it's for Lydia. Well done, Lydia. Congratulations to you. You are a remarkable reader for working really hard on your understanding of text. And it's hard enough understanding text in year 6 without having to understand text in a language that's not your first as well. So well done to you. Absolutely remarkable effort. And I have some information for you all to tell you after attendance, when I get this sheet back up, around this school and an award that could be coming our way. Anyway, Mr. Watson will be the final class for Remarkable Reader this week, and a young man who's been using great expression when reading their end-of-year production play script. See, that's why reading's so important. It's not just about the amazement of reading wonderful text, stories, non-fiction text, magazines and graphic novels. You also have to be able to read play scripts when you're doing some acting, some drama at the end of the year. It sounds like this young man has been doing extremely well. So well done to you, Mr. Jonah Wright. Congratulations, Jonah. It's fantastic to see you on there again. Well done for using great expression when reading your play script. And I can't wait to see you and, of course, all of your peers in action, because I do like a production. I do like drama. So well done to Jonah. Well done to Lydia, Firdaus, Gordon, Lexi, Charlie, Robert, Lily, Ocean, Carden, Rose, and Chanel, who are this week's Remarkable Readers. Give them a round of applause. Well done. Fantastic. Fantastic reasons for being Remarkable Readers of the Week. Well done to everyone who is named on the list. And in the same fashion, let's move on to our Stars of the Week. So remember, if you are the Star of the Week, then, you're shining brightest. You're not just going to get yourself a certificate. You're also going to get yourself one of these. Super duper, super rare, super expensive. You can't get them anywhere else. Metal Tim badges. Be really careful because they are a pin. So wait till you get home before you put them on, please. So if your Star of the Week certificate and pin badge coming your way, let's go in the opposite direction. Let's start with Mr. Watson's class and with a young lady who's been displaying a great attitude towards singing this week. I'm assuming that's linked to the end-of-year production that you are rehearsing for. Really surprised to see this name, but in a super-duper positive way. Really, really, really happy to see Casey Burnett on this list for singing. Well done, Casey. You are the Star of the Week in year 6 because of your excellent attitude towards singing. Not something that I would expect to see you doing because you're very shy. Oh, you can be very shy, but not all the time, obviously. So well done to you for being so confident, for obviously persevering and coming out of your shell and being an absolute star this week. We've got to come out of our comfort zone, haven't we, sometimes, to make sure that we get the best learning possible. So well done to you, young lady. What a fantastic start to the Star of the Week this week. Certificate and pin badge on its way to you, Casey. Another young lady in Mrs. Frost's class is the Star of the Week for having a really good week and working hard on her SPAG knowledge on spag.com. So spag.com is an assessment tool that we use on the internet. It's very much like getting a SAT paper, but it's really cool because it tells you what it is that you need to do a little bit more work on. It gives our teachers wonderful information so that we know what to plan. It informs on what our next steps are going to be. And it sounds like this young lady's working incredibly hard, not just in terms of her attitude, but it sounds like her scores are improving as well. So well done to Annie Stone. Congratulations, Annie. You're Mrs. Frost's and Phase 3 staff Star of the Week this week for your wonderful work on spag.com and improving your SPAG knowledge. Congratulations to you, Annie. And just like Casey, you'll be getting a certificate and a super duper pin badge for your achievement. Well done, Annie. Great to see you on the list. And the young ladiness doesn't stop there in phase 3, because Mrs. Campbell's chosen a young lady who's always having an enthusiastic and positive attitude to all learning, even, this is the best bit, even when it's tricky, especially this week when representing fractions. I haven't got enough time to tell you how impressed I've been by the maths work in year 5 this week. And Mrs. Campbell, I know you're sat smiling now. Yeah, all the year 5 children looking at you to make sure as well. Because the stuff that you've been leading on has been absolutely inspirational. But year 5's children in there, your ideas, your creativity, your understanding of fractions has been absolutely amazing. So I'm not surprised at all to see someone receiving Star of the Week because of maths this week. And then for this young lady, it says quite simply, you are a pleasure to have in the classroom. Isn't that amazing? Who is this young lady? I hear you all say, well, I'll tell you. And you know what I haven't been doing, and you've probably caught me out, I haven't been doing a drum roll. So I'm not going to start because that would be unfair. I'm just going to tell you it's Katie Nettleton. Well done, Katie. You are the Star of the Week in Mrs. Campbell's class this week for always having an enthusiastic and positive attitude to all learning, even when it's tricky, but especially this week when you've been representing fractions. You are a pleasure to have in the class. Isn't that a wonderful reason to be Star of the Week? Well done to you, Katie, and to Casey and Annie so far. And sorry, I haven't been doing drum rolls. There you go. Might cut down on some time because I'm talking a lot anyway. In Miss Tumblely's class, a young man has been wowing his teachers with his fantastic knowledge of animals in science. I wonder, Miss Tumblely's class, do you know who it is? Are you pointing at that person? Not in a rude way, of course, but are you looking at them? Has this person stood out because of their super duper knowledge in science this week? Let's see if you're right. It is Reese Williams. Were you right? Well done, Reese. Congratulations, young man. You are the Star of the Week because your wonderful science knowledge, especially around animals, has been wowing Miss Tumblety, Mrs. Slinger, and Mrs. Sowerby, obviously, this week. So well done to you. Just like with Katie, Annie, and Katie, you'll be getting a certificate this week. And, of course, a super duper Tim badge. You need to get a song for that. I wonder if Casey, can you sing me a song for the receival of a Tim badge? That'd be great. Mrs. Slinger's chosen a young man being a mature and helpful member of the class. Quite simple and quite brilliant, and quite simply brilliantly, Ashton Donnelly. Well done, Ashton. Congratulations, young man. You're a star this week for being mature, for being helpful, and for being an absolute superstar around the class this week. Well done to you. I bet your classmates have really enjoyed having you this week. They probably do all the time, but this week especially because of that maturity and because you've been so helpful. Well done to you, Ashton. Certificate and badge on its way. In Mrs. Brown's class, we have a young lady who's been making remarkable progress. I love those two words, remarkable progress, in all areas of learning. And that young lady is Lasmina. Well done, Lasmina. You are the Star of the Week in Mrs. Brown's class because you've been making, quite simply, some remarkable progress in all of your learning. Do you know what, Yasmina? Every time I come into your class, you have the biggest smile for me. And I can see that you absolutely love and enjoy the learning that's going on in that class. I'm not surprised to see that you are getting the gains in your learning and in your progress. Well done to you. You'll be getting a certificate, if not already there. And, of course, a super duper Tim badge. Well done to you. Mrs. Dixon, so moving down to Key Stage 1, we've got a young man who has been showing some remarkable effort. We love the word remarkable, don't we, at NOPA? Remarkable effort to improve his writing in class and also whilst in his tutor sessions. I have to mention this before I tell you who this is. Eden, your smile after coming out of your tutor session this afternoon when Mrs. Brown and I walked past you absolutely made my day. And if that wasn't good enough for you then to say that it's excellent and so much fun having that tutor session as well, well, it just made me go all warm and tingly because it was great to see you really loving learning as much as you were when you said those things. So well done to you. I wanted to let you know that your smile made my smile just go like that and massive and huge. That's what smiles do. Well done, Eden. It was lovely to hear you say that. But this is a young man in Mrs. Dixon's class who's been putting remarkable effort into improving his writing, and that young man is Mackay. Congratulations, Mackay. You are the star of the week in Mrs. Dixon's class. You'll be getting yourself a certificate for your remarkable effort, as well as a super duper pin badge, which we might have a song about next week from Casey. I'm only joking, Casey. I'm not putting pressure on you to do that. Mr. Watson, though, I'll put pressure on Mr. Watson instead. See if you can do me a rap, Mr. Watson. Miss Pinder's class. This has gone really weird, isn't it? But there you go. Miss Pinder's class, a young man who has had an absolutely fantastic week. He's been super helpful and a mini expert in the coding sessions. Isn't that amazing? I'm just going to tell you who it is. It's Leo. Well done, Leo. What an absolutely amazing couple of sentences from your teachers there. An absolutely fantastic week. Super helpful and a mini expert in the coding session. It sounds to me like we've got a future digital ambassador on our hands. Definitely. I know that your Bethany in year 5 is very, very good with technology as well. So it looks like it's definitely running in the family. But well done, Leo. You are the star of the week in Miss Pinder's class for having a fantastic week, being super helpful and a mini coding expert. In Miss Taylor's class, we've got someone who's had an amazing attitude towards his learning this week. And it's quite short and simple. And it's quite simply Arzin. Well done, Arzin. You are the star of the week. I've said your name really recently as well, so it sounds like you're having a wonderful summer term. Well done to you. A certificate coming your way and a super duper metal Tim badge for having an amazing attitude towards your learning. Keep it up, young man, and well done to you. Another young man in reception for remarkable effort with his writing this week. We've got a few writing ones this week, and that young man it's Martin. Well done, Martin. You are the reception star of the week, just like with Arden, just like with Leo, Mackay, Yasmina, Ashton, Reese, Katie, Annie, and Casey. You will be getting a certificate, Martin, and a super duper metal Tim badge because your writing, your effort in writing this week has been remarkable. And how many times I've said that word remarkable? I'll have to get some remarkable bingo going. 2 to go, both from nursery. I'm going to do nursery morning because I know that nursery afternoon are here and we'll leave them to last. So morning nursery, a young man who's been working hard during phonics and helping others to learn the sound S. That's right. A huge congratulations to Matthew in morning nursery. Well done, Matthew. You are the star of the week for working really hard in phonics and helping others to learn the sound S. Well done, Matthew. Just like with the other stars of the week, you'll be getting a metal Tim badge and, of course, a certificate. So that leaves one super duper star of the week, afternoon nursery, a young man who's been showing enthusiasm towards his learning this week. And his name is Isaac. Well done, Isaac. You are the afternoon nursery star of the week because your teachers have recognized your wonderful enthusiasm towards your learning this week. And just like with Matthew and Martin and Arjun and Leo and Nakai and Yasmina, Ashton, Reese, Katie, Annie, and Casey, you'll be getting a certificate and a Tim's metal pin badge, a Tim metal pin badge. Give them all a big round of applause. Well done, everyone. Fantastic. Congratulations, as always, to all of our stars of the week and to all of our remarkable readers. Let me do a really quick summary. We've got lots of writing on there, haven't we? So those that are building up their writing. But you know what I see a lot of, especially for Star of the Week? Attitude and effort. People trying really, really hard. People trying to work through what we call sometimes their wobble, which means they get stuck and they're not really sure what to do, working through that and being really resilient, asking for help at the right times, using the right equipment, especially in year 5 in maths this week. We've got enthusiasm, we've got independence, we've got expression, we've got being a role model, and we've got improvements and inspiration. Gordon has been inspiring others. So lots of really tangible, wonderful stuff there that has meant people have become remarkable readers and stars of the week. We're not done there with the rewards. let's move to attendance. Now I'm going to go towards negative here because school attendance has been really poor this week. We're sat at just under 94%, boys and girls, which is not good. We've been way higher than that. So I'm hoping it's just a little bit of an early summer to low roller coaster dip, and next week we can get back to the heights because that's really, really low and not good enough for us. Our attendance is normally way higher than that. But we do have 3 classes who have been doing very, very well, trying their best to get that percentage high. In 3rd place, well done to Miss Tumulty's class with nearly 97%. You come in at 3rd place this week. Congratulations to you and well done, boys and girls, because yet again, you are represented in the top 3 of attendance, which means that your class is always wonderful in attending school every day and on time, remember. In 2nd place with 98%, we've got Miss Pinder's class. Congratulations to you. You're another class who do really, really well in representation in the top 3 each week. 98% is absolutely wonderful. Well done to you. And you come in at 2nd because our winning class this week has 99%. I'm going to tell you straight away, it's not a class that's normally in the top 3, which makes it even more wonderful. Who is that class? I hear you ask. I'm going to do a drum roll for this. Oh, that is terrible. It's reception. Well done, reception. You have the best attendance this week, 99%. And we don't normally see you in the top 3, so that means that you've been making some amazing improvements in getting in school on time every day. Congratulations, reception. You are the attendance winners, and you get your picture taken. No, I'm not having a very good week this week, am I? Here we go. So I'm going to spin the Knob Wheel of Fortune for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. 99% attendance, the winners this week, and your reward is some science, an afternoon of experiments. How exciting is that? Well done, reception, and I'm sure that your teachers will have some amazing and probably quite wacky ideas for your afternoon of science experiments next week. Oh, count me in. Let me know when it's going to be so I can come down because I absolutely love science. Well done, Miss Tumbley's class on 3rd place, Miss Pinder's class on 2nd, and of course, reception on being the winners. Some quick messages to finish on. So earlier in the week, Tuesday, we had a visitor from the EAL Academy. So EAL stands for English as an Additional Language. You all know how wonderfully proud we are of the diversity of our school. So did you know that just under 1/3 of our entire school speaks English as an additional language, or in some cases, not at all? 1/3, so 1 in every 3 children is a child that either doesn't know any English or has English as their second or additional language. Isn't that amazing? And as I said, we are so proud to represent such diversity and be in the middle of a community who can be so proud of their diversity as well. And we wanted to know whether we were absolutely getting it right for those pupils in our school. So we had a visitor from the EAL Academy, and they were assessing our ability as a school in teaching and learning for our EAL pupils. So there are 3 levels, well, there are 4 levels of award. The first one is you don't get an award because you're not doing very well. The second level of award is a bronze. The next one is a silver. And of course, the top level award is a gold. Now, it's not official because we haven't had our paperwork yet, but I'm pretty sure the guy on Tuesday said that our award began with the letter G. G. That's right. We got the gold award. It was deemed that what we were doing here at North Ormsby was so good that he had no alternative but to give us the gold award for our teaching and learning. So we were absolutely blown away. And I'm just going to repeat something I said at the end of the day via email at North Hornsby. A massive well done and thank you to all of our amazing teachers and staff and everybody that works at our academy, because without everyone pulling together and doing those things together, there's no way we'd be able to be the recipient of an award like that. A special mention to our pastoral team. So those that sit on our team of people who look after the pastoral side of what we do, Mrs. Charlton, Mrs. Brown, Mrs. Bensley, Miss Williams, and myself, we get together very, very often. We've got some exciting changes to that team as well coming up, which I'll tell you about at a later date. But a big, big thank you to Miss Williams, who did a lot of the organising and was very much the linchpin in getting that date sorted, in greeting Mr. Smith when he came, and sorting a lot of the ministerial side out, and just being a bit of a legend on the day as well. But well done to everyone involved, and another wonderful award for us that just goes to prove that what we're doing is what we think we're doing. That's the most important part, that we're absolutely getting it right. So really pleased with that, and we'll do a little bit bigger of an announcement once the official paperwork comes through. We're coming up to the point in time where we think about transition, so not just for year 6 going to year 7, but year 6ers, you should have heard from your secondary schools. There is no face-to-face transition, unfortunately, because of COVID restrictions and guidelines. So each secondary is contacting us as a school and you and your parents to let you know what it is that you're doing. If you're unsure and you haven't been contacted, then do speak to Mr. Watson or come in and speak to myself or Miss Williams, because we're the ones that get the information for transition, and we'll let you know what's going on. But you should be getting information from your secondaries. Lots of virtual or online stuff going on. Some visits for certain students, but you should be told whether that's you or not in your communication. But any problems and things you're not sure about, then please do ask us. We're also organising in-school transition. So we always have a Meet the Teacher Day. For instance, this year, because of everything that's gone on, we're going to have a full week of transition. So the last week of the July term, the entirety of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be spent with the teacher that you will be with in September. So you get a really, really good opportunity to get to know one another. You go away for your summer and you come back and really, really hit the ground running, because some of that introductory stuff and those relationships are already grown. But I'll give you more information about that when the time gets closer. Just a really quick mention again that we will be doing video reports again. 1, because they're safer, and 2, our teachers and some of the parents we spoke to really like the idea of doing that again. It's not long term, I don't think. We'll probably go back to written next year, but we'll see where we are. So we are still in the middle of putting those together, but they will be with you by the 9th, or on the 9th rather, of July. So Friday the 9th of July, which is the penultimate Friday, that's the day that we will be texting you or emailing you, depending on your preference, a link to a private online video that only you have the instructions and access to, where you can watch your video report. One more thing, and it's really, really important, but not something new. Please, please, please keep sticking to COVID guidance. I know that we're talking about the 21st of June still being a day that the country could open. Actually, if you watch or read for long enough, you might know, or you will know, that those discussions have been ongoing, and that date is probably going to change. The country's not in the position that I thought it was going to be, but we'll wait for an official announcement by the government. But please keep sticking to the COVID guidance, especially parents on the yards and on the school grounds. Please keep your masks on where you're not exempt. Please try to keep distancing and just keep it being as safe as possible until we get further or different guidance. The guidance is still exactly the same as it was pre-March, when we were at some of our most difficult and challenging times. That's it for me. Thank you so much for joining us on the first of our Summer 2 celebration assemblies. Have a lovely weekend. Look after one another. Stay safe. And always, always, always choose kindness first. Thanks for joining us. See you next week. Bye for now.